Hey, this is Eric, host of the Change Talk podcast, coming to you live from CSP Corcoran. And today I'm right here with Ricardo Rubio, and we're talking about Change Talk right here. How you doing, bro?
Good. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to finally be able to sit down with you and talk. And what we wanted to talk to you today about is a little bit what it was like going through COVID-19 in here. And Ricardo's going to share a story with us. But before we do that, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background.
My name is Ricardo Rubio, and let me see, I've been incarcerated for 31 years for attempted murder, conspiracy to commit. I've gone through the gamut of the good and the bad, and now I'm on the right path to change my life, and hoping to get out of here and help others.
Yeah, man, 31 years, that's a long time, bro, to be incarcerated. And I know you've seen a lot, you've been through a lot, and one of the things that we wanted to talk to you about is about COVID-19, because through everything you've been through in prison, I wanted you to share your story and tell people out there what that was like for you, man, what you experienced and what you went through.
Well, it started off, what was it, before January, we got sick over there. I was in Iowa State Prison in 2019. And the reason why they called it COVID-19 was it happened in 19. Everybody in the prison got sick. We didn't know what it was, but it affected all of us. And it was, like I said, I've been sick before, but never as crucial as bad as it was. It had me out for like 3-4 days, shaking, and, it was the worst that I've ever felt. Got over it, and at that time I was part of yard crew. So they made a building for the guys that were, I want to say, not positive, but it was the other guys that were quarantined. Okay, yeah, we had one building that was quarantined, one that was the other one was positive. I was yard crew, so I would pick up the trash. All they gave us was latex gloves to handle the trash and go with it. So when we get it, we would go throw it away in the other trash can. And I believe that's how I got it. That's how I got infected, right? Yeah. So the trash. We didn't know what it was, and other people having no equipment or nothing like that, no training or nothing. We just like normal trash. We treated it like normal trash. So they came around testing us for the first time. I think our building was like, I want to say like 60%, 70% positive. So they tell my telly, hey, you're positive, I am not positive. Pack up your stuff that you're going to move to another building. So I'm like, okay. 2 hours later they come and they say, you're positive as well. Unpack your goods, you're staying. At the same time, my mother had also got in, she was positive as well. I remember using the phone and talking to her, hey, I have COVID, I'm in, I don't know what they're going to do. They haven't really told us what the protocol was, what they're going to lock us down, what they were going to do. That night, I go back, shower, do everything I got to do, and I remember going to sleep, hanging my glasses off the top light. I hang my glasses, and when I wake up 2.5 months later.
Wow, 2.5 months later?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yes, 2.5 months later, connected to a trace machine that's breathing for me. When I wake up, I'm connected to IVs, another thing that they feed me, and not knowing, and to be honest with you, it's like one of the nurses was cleaning me and stuff like that, and that's when I came to. She's like, oh, you can go to the doctor. So when the doctor came, he's like, hey, how do you feel? But it's talking about the treatment. So when she opened it up, I just wasn't tired. She was something traumatic, but they hadn't opened it up. So time goes on, I had lost muscle mass, put me in the bed without movement. I was weighing like 230. When they weighed me, I was 175. So, como te suero no they were giving me. So after that, slowly but surely, I started gaining strength. It was surprised that I made.
How much? So you weighed to 175?
Yes.
Did you weigh? How much would you do?
I lost, let me see, a total, I was weighing like 25 to 30.
Wow.
And I 175, so it means 50 pounds.
That's a lot of weight to lose
Yes.
in one.
So over the time, I built it up, and I had a little bit of physical therapy. And but going back, when this actually happened to me, they went to the jail, and they pulled me out. When they pulled me out, they hit me with Narcan, a couple of Narcans. They didn't know what it was. So when I got to the infirmary, they called my family. And the first thing they talked to my mom. My mom didn't answer because she was sick. So my older sister answered, and they asked her, hey, we're here calling you because your brother had just overdosed. It wasn't, no, you know. So my sister said, no, my brother don't use drugs. Better check and test him.
So they initially told your family, did you overdose?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
And so they hang up and they test me. Bam, it comes back, and so my sister calls, and so like they tell her, hey, your brother has COVID and pneumonia, deadly combination. So when they tell her, but he shows no brain movement, they have me in an induced coma. So my sister tells them, hey, why don't you clean them off whatever drugs you have him on to see if he has any movement. So they hang up. Luckily for me, because she's a nurse. So she called a couple people to find out where it is and that. But so they call back and they tell her, yes, he shows brain movement. And it's not the first time that they try to kill me twice. Not once, but twice. And so when my sister tells them, hey, this is what you're about to do, I need you to send them to, you know, like basically trach me, not to the mouth, but to trach me and fix the hole in my neck, to put the IV in my neck. Because she's a nurse and she knows she's experienced all the trauma, you know, like going through the protocol.
Right.
So she basically saved my life. And the only reason I'm here is because of her.
And so when you say that they almost killed you twice because they basically said to take you off life support or that you were not going to make it, is that what you're saying?
Yes, they were quick to tell them to pull the plug. You know, and
Telling your family basically,
yes,
right?
my sister, my older sister was basically my guardian.
What did they say? Like, he's not going to make it?
Well, the very first time it was, you know what, he drug overdose, and my sister's nah. And she, you know, there was a little bit more to it, but she's like, nah, my brother don't use, better test him.
Okay.
So the second time, I showed no brain movements, and my sister's like wean him off the drugs you have him on to see if he has any brain movement. So not everything comes. So luckily for her, one of her bosses had worked in San Diego at a facility that dealt with guys in comas.
Right.
So they sent me to San Diego, it was called Sunset, and I was there for like about, I think like 2 months. Very small, isolated place. I couldn't call the family, I couldn't write them, but I couldn't remember a phone number. I couldn't remember an address. Like, my brain was so, you know, clogged up. I remember some things and other things I didn't.
Right.
There was, you know, for a little bit, you know, it's funny because when I was out, I dreamed of things, you know, and so it's not the opportunity, you know, and so when I came to, it's, I think the change began right then and there.
Right.
So as far as, okay, so I'm going through the process, and there was a big PO, and I came to ask her, like, because nobody would tell me nothing, I came to ask her, hey, why am I here? And she said a drug overdose. So they kept on saying drug overdose. So in the past, I've been I'm a former addict. I have used drugs, but nothing to where, you know, that kind of, you know, that would happen to me.
Right.
So when she said that, I'm like, nah, there's no way.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
There's no way, you got it wrong. You know, I don't use drugs. So she's like, well, that's what they got down. And I go, well, again, as soon as I come through, you're supposed to hit me with a 115. And I know I don't have trouble.
And a 115 is basically like a rite of stating, that if you were high and overdosed, you're in trouble type of behavior. For those that might not understand that term of a 115,
yes. And that's the thing, that person had numerous overdoses, deaths, over drugs. So
they probably initially just assumed that's what it was, but you also have this, when the pandemic, COVID is hitting, it's kind of early, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so they end up taking the trach out. The facility that I was in, they dealt with guys on respirators and todo eso. So finally, they called the prison and tell them, hey, I'm off, they can come and get me. So the driver of the van that picked me up, he's also the ambulance driver. So when he comes in, he goes, hey, he goes, man, what's up, loco? Man, the last time I seen you, you were dead. You were blue. And I looked at him and I'm like, huh? And he goes, yeah, I was the one driving the ambulance. Wow. He goes, to see how you are now, it's you. So, yeah, it was shocking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he brought me here, and they transferred me over to corporate, and while we corporate, they kept on saying COVID. But nobody officially would tell me COVID. The nurses would say, oh yeah, COVID, but nobody would officially tell me until I got to the start. And they finally told me, yeah, you had COVID. So my experience is here, they weren't hands-on. They didn't touch, they were scared. Over there in the other facility that I was at, that was a facility that really helped me, the nurses. They treated me well, and it was just like, man, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be treated well.
Right, thank God for your sister, man, that, she knew you, she recognized and no, my brother, he didn't, yeah, so, you gotta be thankful to be alive, man. After that, it's a trip too to think that, they could have pulled the plug on you. It seems like twice they tried to tell your sister, and, here you are sitting before me, and, you wouldn't even tell, that you had went through something like that, or that you were in a coma for 2 months. I met you a while back, and it wasn't until you started sharing with me some of the experiences that you went through that I said, hey man, maybe you want to come and, come and talk about that, share your experiences, because people don't know how it was, during COVID, like, the world was experiencing things, but in prison it was, it was crazy the way COVID hit too, and anybody that understands prison, I mean, the common cold, everybody gets it. Someone gets it in here, everybody gets it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So COVID was kind of no different, and as much as you want to try to shut it down and lock it down, it's going to spread.
It's funny you say that because while here, I ended up catching it again.
Right.
So we went through the protocol, they took us to the other yard, and we went through that, but I think it was more traumatic for my family, because when I told them, hey, I caught it again, they got scared.
They didn't know what was going to happen.
No, that's why they said it tends to come back. And my thing was, when I got here to this prison at where they have the medical, the hospital, I'm sitting there, and like I said, the other thing was a phone call to the police, and one of the officers wanted to use the phone, and I said, yeah, real quick, yeah. The thing is, I don't remember the phone numbers. So I'm trying to think, and I remember just drawing the numbers on a piece of paper and trying to remember, and I've called the same number for the last 31 years. The hamster started working, and it's like, okay, okay, I remember the number, and I started, like on paper, I started dialing, and so I was like, you know what, now I'm ready. And now, they hand me the phone. Now it's a whole new system, right? PIN number, 4-digit code. I looked at it. So when he started telling me this, and now he handed me, of course, his phone. I'm like, oh yeah, I know how to use this. And no, I had to, you know what I mean? I don't know my kid numbers.
Right.
I don't know what my, so finally I get through to my family. It took 2-3 tries. I get through my family, and transfer. So as soon as we began, the waterworks started,
Yeah.
emotional. Yes. So she's like, people, I'm sorry that, because it could have gone either way. I didn't know what to do. And it's like, nah, you did the right thing. She, like, hey. And it's funny because right before this happened to me, I almost signed the don't hesitate.
What does that mean?
That if anything happens to me, do not touch me, let me die.
Wow. Why did you think you wanted to sign that?
Well, I was working with somebody that at the prison that I was at, and he signed one. So I asked the nurse, hey, can I get one just in case it never happens to me? So when she goes, you know what, I don't have an extra copy, come back later and we'll do it. I never did it. So when they did all this, and when I was here, I was like, hey, I shared that with my sister, and I told her, I go, look, I almost signed that paper. And she started crying, and I'm like, look, in the past I've done a lot of bad. You know what I mean? I was involved with, the prison stuff, and I'm ashamed to say, that I was involved, and, the Lord saved me now, and since I got to this yard, I decided to do everything that I can to help others, and to help myself. That's change my ways, you know what I mean? Because, as a kid, I got involved in the neighborhood, and I was taught one way, I could do this when I get to, and it wasn't to be like somebody there.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It was always to be like a part of something. I wanted to belong, and so I wanted to be a part of that cause. But over time, like I said, I've experienced a lot for more than a decade, and I've seen the bad and the good, which the bad outweighs the good always. You know what I mean? People evil stuff. So I've seen the bad, and it just like something had to change. This was my wake up call, and so when this happened, it was time to change. He saved me for a reason, and now I've been a person for my community. I help those that need help, and people, the little guys that are afraid to speak. I voice my opinion, and so sometimes I may be wrong, and I have no problem people correcting me. And that's what I've learned, that if you ask for help, and you shall get it, and so that's one thing that over time, I've been practicing and learning myself,
Right. Maybe you can share about some of the programs you're involved with right here, some of the things you're doing.
In the morning we started a boot camp, and so in the morning we do physical workouts and stuff like that, running and it's physical. At night we do training as far as classroom. We come in and give lessons as well for your OMCP. We do PGA. I run that for myself. We do finance, we do health, we do opiate, different type of training as well. But I also facilitate PGA on Wednesdays. I do NAAA. I also facilitate pathway to kinship in the insight class on the weekends. I'm also involved in parenting on Saturday night or Sunday night. So I and that's included with I go to work from I'll say about 8 o'clock to like 12 o'clock. Come back, do something to eat, and then I go back. One thing that I'm ashamed to say that I've never done my diploma. So now I'm working on it. I'm 4 tests away from my diploma. And I'm not getting it for myself, even though people say, hey, you should get it for yourself. I'm getting it for my mom.
That's right.
So, and that's one thing that over all the years, everybody has their high school diploma except me. So, and it's not the lack of trying. Like I said, I've been to numerous prisons, and always got transferred, or there was a reason why I didn't, trying to take my GED. But this time that I have the opportunity, that I'm actually in a prison that I stayed for a good length of time. Like I said, I'm only 4 steps away, and I want to be able to hand that high school diploma to my mom.
Right. Yeah, man. And I see you, man. I see you around here. I was walking on the programs, man. That's probably why you're a hard man to get a hold of. I was trying to get this interview done for a while.
And I know, and we're part of the IMC as well, and I forgot that too,
Yeah.
Eso también, it's one thing, like, you're busy as well, and I know, moving around and all that, when you get time, it's rare for me to get time, and so I'm always moving around, or everybody's coming and asking,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
una cosa que before, like I said, I was, shy away from stuff like that, and now I'm up in front, and people ask me questions, and I try to be as much myself as I can. And, when they ask, I'm here.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm thankful that you made time to sit down with us today and, talk to the people out there listening, and just sharing your story, brother, sharing your story, and you're full of hope, full of resilience. You've been down 31 years, and, I'm hoping that you get that day, be back out there with your mom, your sister, your family, brother, and just take care of yourself. You have any last words before we go?
I just want to say that I truly appreciate it. Thank you for listening as well. Hopefully my story can be, something upright and, help you out. But, it's not that I would like to say is there's people out there to help. All you gotta do is ask for it, because a lot of us won't ask. And, that's one thing that I've learned over my time, doing all these things, just one thing, and it's a pleasure for me, allowing me to speak and, having your audience as well. And I thank you, I thank you for your work, and I thank you for all the stuff you've done as well. It's a pleasure to, be your friend, and, it's not that I'm here for whatever you guys do.
Yeah, thank you. It's like a one of the proverbs says, iron sharpens iron, right? So, we got to sharpen each other and help each other the best we can. With that said, my name is Derek, signing off from Portland, prayers, love, and a little bit of change talk.